Hey guys.
Hey guys.
We're back with another Outcast review, this time reviewing Season 1 of Outcast. This video will be mostly spoiler-free, so feel free to watch without fear of spoilers because we will warn you before we get to them. Okay, we reviewed the first 3 episodes of Outcast, and then we kind of gave up on the reviews because after the first 3 episodes, the quality of the series kind of went downhill for about 4 episodes after that.
Like, episode 4 was really bad. It was almost not enjoyable bad.
Yeah. And it was like that for episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then it leapt back up for 8, 9, and 10, and then 10 was spectacular.
Yeah, 10 was almost as good as 1, and 1 was amazing.
Yeah. Episode 1 was hands down the best episode of the first season.
But the season finale was second best. It ended on such a high note, and I'm hoping that the consistency in this show is better next season.
Yeah. It was that would be the theme throughout season 1 is inconsistency.
Yeah.
Now the performances were consistently actually very good. It was just the plot that kind of fell flat for the most part, I think, in episodes 4 through 7.
Yeah. And it's like episodes 1, 2, and 3 were horror. Episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7 were drama.
Yeah.
And then we finally went back to horror the last 3 episodes of the season. And I think that's what drew us out of it. It's not that they were absolute rubbish, but we were looking for a horror show, and it stopped being horror for 4 episodes.
And it did the horror really, really well, and it didn't do the drama very well.
Yeah.
Now, the cast performances were consistently good across the board. Kyle, I don't remember all of the actors' names, so please forgive me. But Kyle, I thought that the actor played a great Kyle. Mm-hmm. Allison did a great job. Allison, I think, was probably the best written character for the entire season.
Yeah, probably.
And I gotta say, Reverend Anderson, he did a fantastic job. The problem is he was such a frustrating character and so irritating that at some points he was so frustrating and irritating that it made it unwatchable. Yeah,
his character has like 0 redeeming qualities. Like, you hate him the entire time, and it sometimes got so bad that it could almost pull you out of the show. So maybe let's not make him quite so hateable.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a likable character even in the comics, but I don't hate him really in the comics. I don't like him, I just don't hate him. Yeah. I hate him in the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, just kill Reverend Anderson.
Yeah, like, we hate him so much that if he died, we'd be totally okay with that.
I would be happy.
Yeah.
So, Season 1 of Outcast, if you can make it through 4, 5, 6, and 7, I think you'll be really happy with the final 3 episodes. So just try to make it through it. If you haven't watched the series yet, or the Season 1 yet, and this review is, going to be the make or break for you, give it a shot.
Yes.
Try to muscle through 4, 5, 6, and 7 because it's worth it at the end.
Yes, yeah. The last 3 episodes...
It redeems the crap in the middle.
Yeah, it makes it break even at the end. I really wish those 4 episodes had been good, or at least okay. Like, episode 4 was awful. Yeah. It was really bad.
Like, okay, we'll back. Episode 4, we tried to film a review for it, and it was like, I don't even want to talk about this. It was so bad.
Yeah.
And so we just stopped the reviews. We thought, you know what, we'll just do a season review.
Yeah.
That's how bad episode 4 was. It's like, we started filming, we're like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. We just couldn't, we didn't want to.
Yeah.
So that's how bad that episode was.
We sat down and tried to film and went, can't do it. So that kind of speaks to how bad episode 4 was. And then it was like that for, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Now, 4 was the lowest point.
Yeah.
5, 6, and 7 did get progressively better, but they were still meh.
Yeah. Episode 8, it started getting good again.
Yeah, episode 8 is where it was like, yes, it's back!
Yeah, finally! And so we did decide we'll go ahead and do a Season 1 review. Now, spoilers are going to start now, so if you haven't seen Season 1 of Outcast, turn off the video, go watch it, give it a try. If you can't make it through episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7, I don't blame you. Yeah. Alright, so spoilers, here we go. I absolutely love the damn cliffhanger. Oh my gosh.
Yes!
That's how you do a cliffhanger.
This
Walking Dead, take notes.
Yes, perfect cliffhanger. I actually kind of wish they would have done more of a cliffhanger. I wish we didn't get the reveal that Sydney wasn't in the fire. I mean, we kind of already knew. We're like, oh, that's not Sydney. It's that little redheaded punk. And they did reveal that, and I kind of wish they hadn't.
Yeah.
I wish they would have left that for next season. I think that would have been a great cliffhanger.
In fact, they could have just rolled credits as Reverend Anderson was standing in front of the
Yeah.
fire. Just the fire with the silhouette of Reverend Anderson, I think would have been the perfect final shot
Yeah.
for the season. But then we actually got more, and we're like, oh, that wasn't the end.
Yeah.
And then the cliffhanger with Kyle and Amanda, and there's at the gas station, and everybody's looking at them.
Yeah.
So presumably all those people are possessed, and Kyle and Amanda are in some serious trouble.
Yeah, and I liked that cliffhanger. It was just the little bit where Reverend's in town. I kind of wish they would have just not shot that bit where it reveals that it wasn't Sydney.
Yeah.
They did the fire, and then Kyle and Amanda at the gas station.
Yeah.
That's it. That would have been fantastic. But still, it was a great cliffhanger ending.
And just that final shot of Kyle and Amber. I've been saying
Amber.
Amanda this whole time. It's Amber, not
Amber.
not Amanda. They both start with A. They both have A's in them. but yeah, Kyle and Amber, just the shot of them together, and then she looks up at him, and it's like, Daddy, like, how much trouble are we in, Dad? In a lot. And just think of that moment, like, because we're left at the end of season 1 going, oh my God, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Now you compare that to The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman's other property, more popular property, and what happened with the season 7 cliffhanger with that. It's oh my God, what's going to happen versus oh my God, who died. I like the oh my God, what's going to happen better.
Yeah.
So please, Robert Kirkman and Scott Gimple, take notes. The Outcast cliffhanger was awesome.
Yes.
The Walking Dead cliffhanger sucked balls. So like you mentioned, it was let's face it, it was the redheaded kid in the fire when Reverend Anderson burned down Sydney's house. And the repercussion that's going to have on Reverend Anderson, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing where they go with that, because he's been a tremendously unlikable character all season. And to see kind of karma come around onto him, I think is going to be fun.
Yeah, I agree.
And then, of course, there's Allison in a pretty big shift from the comic. If you're not reading the comic, this is going to be a comic book spoiler, so mute the video or whatever if you don't want to get a comic book spoiler. But Allison was possessed in the show. In the comic, it was Mark, and Mark didn't die in the comic. He got shoved out the window, and he's paralyzed, but he's still alive.
Yeah.
And he died in the show, so it's a pretty radical shift.
And let's just talk about Allison being possessed. That's the second creepiest possession in the entire show. The only creepier one was the little boy in the
Joshua.
Yeah,
at
the very beginning. Yeah, the first episode, where she's just sitting there like touching his eyeball. Oh my God, that skeeved me so much. I was just like, stop!
We were eating lunch during that scene.
Yes, we were. Which I don't get grossed out. I work in medicine. I don't get grossed out, but touching the eyeball. Oh my God!
Stop touching his eye.
It was just awful.
And what's great is her hands were still bloody, so she's poking his eye, and it's leaving like
bloody fingerprints,
like congealed blood prints in the eye, and you could see them. And
yes.
Oh God, it was so creepy and amazing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I loved it.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Yeah.
Sometimes adults aren't so great at playing a possessed person.
Mm-hmm.
There are some notable exceptions, like Ava Green is probably the best possessed actress ever. But holy crap, Allison's like right there. She's almost as good as Ava Green.
Ren Schmidt, that's her name.
That's
the only character who's the actor I know the name of is Ren Schmidt. And it's because she was in Person of Interest as well and did a really great job in that show. And they've gone a lot of different directions from the comic into the show, which I like because the show is catching up to the comic really fast.
Yes.
They made a lot of progress, especially in the last 3 episodes, catching up to the comic. So the fact that it's gone in a lot of different directions, I think, is good because at this point, other than the overarching story of people being possessed, the show's not going to spoil the comic if it surpasses it, and the comic's not going to spoil the show because there's so many different things going on, and I think that's the correct way to do it.
Yeah. Now, they do really need to start furthering these different plots because we've had all these little side stories that they started and didn't go anywhere with, like the animals nailed to the tree. Like, They showed it and then nothing.
The only thing I can think of, and they never, explained this, but the only thing I can think of is they nailed the animals to the trees to draw the possessed people out into the woods. Like maybe this,
yeah.
because they get possessed and then they're starving. And so maybe they're following the scent out into the woods to the trailer. But they never actually said that. I'm just assuming that.
And we did kind of get that the trailer was where they were helping the possessed people when they first get possessed. Because, they're everything's bigger and
it's new.
Everything, it's new.
The senses are totally new to them. So, touch, sight, hear, everything. Sounds are extra loud. Lights are extra bright. Touch hurts.
Yeah, everything's extreme. So we kind of, with this episode and Kat kind of helping the people who are recently possessed, it kind of was like, oh, okay, that's what the trailer was about. And when the officer found it, they had to burn it so that there wasn't evidence, because of course these people were self-mutilating and probably attacking each other because everything's new and extreme.
But yeah, they never really did explain the animals nailed to the tree. That whole thing is just us making an assumption there.
Yeah.
And not that we need absolutely everything to be explained to us, but some things really do need to be explained.
Yeah, it seemed like they made a really big deal out of the animals being nailed to the tree and then nothing for so many episodes that it was even hard to draw the conclusion, oh, yeah, they do eat a lot when they are first possessed, so maybe that was drawing them in. It was so far between the two that it was kind of hard to make that jump.
The other thing I'm really excited for season 2, aside from Karma coming back and smacking Reverend Anderson in the face, and how Kyle and Amber are going to get out of this situation, is how is Allison going to deal with everything?
Yeah.
Because, Kyle didn't really tell her what happened. He told her Mark is dead. He didn't tell Allison that she killed him.
Yeah.
I imagine at some point she's going to find out, though.
Yeah, of course she's going to find out.
Sheriff Giles, he really wants to go after her with the law, because Mark is his friend, or was his friend.
And we really don't know if he's going to cover it up or not. They kind of left that ambiguous. He gave his opinion that he's like, what, you want me to cover up a homicide? And, they had an argument about it, but there was no, this is what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And not only that, her child saw all of this happen. Mm-hmm. What's going to stop her kid from telling her what happened?
And of course, we're talking about Megan. I've been saying Allison, that's Kyle's ex. The names are just all over the place with me right now because I'm trying to think of everything that I want to talk about all at once. And so the names are going like this. But Megan is who we're talking about. Megan was the one who was possessed. And just her daughter saw it.
Yeah.
And we know how Amber reacted when her mom came after her. So Megan's daughter, Holly, how's she going to react when she finally starts processing everything, because her dad's dead, her mom killed him, which fortunately they didn't see.
No, but they saw the aftermath.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, and Mommy was scary.
And so I imagine at some point Sheriff Giles isn't going to have a choice. He's going to have to really come after Megan with the law.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so much to look forward to in season 2. And what's crazy is, about half of the season really wasn't very good. But the final 3 episodes were so good that it really has me excited for season 2.
Yeah.
And okay, I think that's pretty much it for our Outcast season 1 review. If you have anything to add, let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this review, and we really hope you did, be sure to tell us by dropping a like on it and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.